So this is question 5 from Maths Watch Week 10. So this is an example of using the sine rule when finding a length. Okay, so sometimes you just have to do what you have to do in terms of the initial information that's given. So we want to work our way towards the length AC, but if we look at the possibility of using the sine rule, so I've got a pair here of a length and an angle, a length and an angle, and here I've got another length. So I could find this angle, and using the sine rule, this is the only thing that I could do. And I can't use the cosine rule either because I don't have two lengths either side of a given angle. Okay, so all I can do is find what I can find and see if that allows me to find something further. Okay, so initially then we'll make the statement that so we're trying to find an angle. So again, we'll start with the angles on top. So sine of 81 over 13.5 equals sine of the angle at C over 8.2. So that leaves us to rearrange to 8.2 times sine 81 over 13.5 equals sine C. So that gives us a decimal of 0.5999, and then so we do shift sign after answer. That gives us 36.86 on our angle there. So we haven't got the length still, but what can we find next? Or a little bit like the last example, we can now find the third angle. So do 180 minus the answer minus 81 gives us 62 point, let's call it 14. I won't scrap my calculator display there because I'll use that later on. So now then, take a different color. We want to find AC, this one. And then so we now have a pair here where I need to find one. So I'm going to go back to the red one again because I know that I haven't got anything wrong there because it's given to me in the question. I'm not going to use my new blue pair. So sine of 81 over 13.5 equals sine of 62.14 over x. So now we need to make x a subject to the formula. So I'll sort of say it and do it at the same time. So I'll multiply both sides by x. So x will reappear up here. Okay, now I want x by itself. So in the same move, I'm going to times by 13.5. So 13.5 is going to appear back up on the right-hand side. I'm also going to, so then that'll be times by sine of the 62.14 that's already there. And then divide by sine of 81. Okay, and that leaves us with x by itself. Another note is when you're finding lengths, I could actually just start with x over sine 62.14 equals 13.5 over sine of 81. So you can put the lengths on the top and the angles on the bottom because if they're in the same proportion, it doesn't matter which way around you do that division. So if you're finding length, start the lengths on the top, and if you're finding angles, start with the angles on the top, or the sine of the angle on the top. Okay, so we're just going to pop that into the calculator now. There we go, and we get 12.08 for that length. So it's a multi-step problem, but it's still using the sine rule in both using finding lengths and angles.